How do you judge things and make your decisions? The rationality you use while deciding and coming to any conclusion is always crucial. And what if those decisions are related to your money and finance? If you are unconscious of how you are making your financial decisions, you must take charge of them. Otherwise, it will be too late. But what should you do to ensure you are consciously judging everything and using all your mental abilities? Here's where critical thinking comes in, something that is often ignored in the financial world. Without knowing what it is, you cannot develop money psychology. In this video, we will look at what critical thinking is so that you can ultimately use it in your financial decisions. Make sure to stay until the end of the video to know why financial advisors don't want you to know about critical thinking. Welcome to Money Psychology, and let's get started. So, what is critical thinking? Simply put, critical thinking is the process where you think critically. But the concept is not just that easy to grasp. Critical thinking is the thinking approach where, instead of accepting everything as facts, you doubt them. You try to analyze, question, interpret, and evaluate them to make a clear judgment. Instead of rushing toward concluding everything you read, listen, or watch, you take your time to dissect every part. That's what is called being a critical person. However, one thing should not be ignored. Critical thinking does not focus on negative aspects only and does not make you a negative person. Rather, it allows you to doubt things for a better understanding. It gives you the ability to question everything to get all the information before you finally make a judgment. Let's understand that with an example. Imagine a scenario where you are ready to go to a party. You are in your room and waiting for your friend to come. You don't know what's the outside weather. Suddenly, your friend comes and tells you it's raining heavily outside and the plan should be canceled. What do you do? Even though this example is too simple, it includes critical thinking. You have two options. One is to accept what your friend said while being unconscious and non-critical. You will just cancel the plan, believing your friend is telling the truth. You didn't ask for proof to, then judge to cancel the plan. You just canceled without thinking critically. While the second option you can use is to think critically. Instead of believing what your friend said, you can doubt and ask questions. Ask him why his clothes aren't wet and why he does not have an umbrella since he is coming from outside. Take a step further and come out of your room to see whether it's raining or not. If it isn't raining, you have saved yourself from canceling the plan. However, if it's raining, you now have the evidence to believe that your friend was telling the truth. In either case, you needed proof to believe whether it was raining or not. But how can you develop critical thinking skills in yourself? Critical thinking is a skill, and it isn't something everyone is born with. You have to practice and apply your understanding of critical thinking to everything around you. However, there are some steps you can use to sharpen your critical thinking skills. First, you should clarify your thinking purpose. Ask yourself why you are thinking and what you want to find out. Sometimes you can be bombarded with a lot of information to confuse you. But if you define your purpose well, you can precisely pick what's relevant to you. Second, you must question the source. It's not enough to have information and proof. Doubting and questioning them and the source is also crucial. If you do this, you won't take the information as a credible thing you must trust. Rather, you will doubt and find out whether the information is authentic or not. Third, you need to find the argument when you listen to someone. When someone is trying to persuade you, they stand on an argument in their mind. If you figure that out, you can easily know they are trying to persuade you. Fourth, examine the argument you hear. In other words, divide the argument into segments and use rationality to understand and interpret it. Fifth, evaluate the argument you hear. It's simply to see whether the argument is strong or weak. Sixth, construct your own argument. After you hear others' arguments, you have constructed your own as well, which can be against the one you have just heard. Now, let's know what we promised you at the start. Why financial advisors don't want you to know about critical thinking. Imagine you follow everything you hear from experts and so-called financial advisors on YouTube. Do they precisely know your financial situation? Well, the answer is no, but most people still follow their advice. They don't doubt what they are saying and don't analyze what they are listening to. And the financial advisors on YouTube want this. They are always selling you something and persuading you to follow strategies that bring them benefits. If you start to analyze and criticize what they are saying, soon you will find out they are just saying things that every person loves to hear without any insights. Critical thinking gives you those set of skills which you use to doubt everything until you get a solid logical reason behind them. At this point, try to recall how many times you just followed what these inexperienced financial advisors said. Want to watch more videos like this? If yes, please subscribe to our channel. We are always trying to make finance videos that bring real results for you. Until the next video, stay tuned.